welcome to Dire Bear. We're playing Operation Aegis, our Lancer actual play. And joining me tonight, as usual, will be Sarah playing Vika, Eric playing Uriah, Jeremy playing Cortev, Patrick playing Freddy, and Carr playing Tiana. Alright, what happened last week?
We got to Ford Base Achilles.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And then we had a series of role playings, bad ideas. Uriah's now joined the Horus bunch.
Hail, Horus.
He just has a new little buddy.
As a treat.
You can have a little NFC.
It's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
What's his middle name? War Crime?
No. War is his middle name, Crime is his last name.
Oh, okay.
And his first name was... I wrote it down somewhere. So big.
War Crocodile.
Maybe he eats the souls of the damned. Who knows?
As a treat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
If he's been a good boy.
Who wants a little soul?
Let's see that feather.
But yeah, she got back to base, got things arranged. I think you went bowling with Charlie Wayne. Much to his dismay, he wasn't getting the cast off for another day or two. So once again, he had to watch his buddies run off to the fight without him.
And then we run off to the fight.
Without him.
Well, yeah, he'd already seen his buddies do it. Now he had to watch more of his buddies, you guys, do it.
Just constant sad Hulk music playing.
I just imagine the Hulk playing a tiny violin.
So yes, you made your way to Ford Base Achilles. There are enemy patrols on all sides of it to some degree. You managed to avoid those, meet up with one of the base's patrols, and get on into the base. You met up with the base commander.
Was it Griffith?
Yeah.
I believe that sounds right.
Yes, Griffith.
I was going to say Jellicoe, but I'm like, no, wait, he's back home.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the wrong commander. Different base.
Jelly Cup is not here.
I believe Uriah embarrassed his tech guys a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Again?
Yep.
With the help of Ty this time.
Mm-hmm.
And to their credit, they had improved from last time.
But their password was still password.
It was a password that had to be
number
used,
at the end.
that you had to be used if you were present in the base.
Mm-hmm.
So from the outside, it wouldn't be as big a deal, but considering the base had been infiltrated before, they should have been on more on point. When the session ended, I think were the Mad Dogs and the Red Hands just showing up?
We were going into it was going to be starting with the meeting with all three.
That's
Lancer wings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had shown up, but they were, and we're going to be given a little time to wash up and get something to eat. Let me throw up the Red Hands for you.
That is a mustache.
Yeah.
That is an impressive mustache.
Mm-hmm.
That's
His
a
name
Doolittle
is
level
Renaud.
mustache.
It is a not convoluted. Crap, what was the word I used?
Mm.
Dang it, I'm getting old. I'm having those moments where you just blank on the word that was just in your head.
No, I've had that
Elaborate
status in my 20s.
mustache.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the most recent Hercule Poirot movies, at least the first one.
I see there's two Perez's. Are they sisters or twins?
They are siblings, while occasionally the Neuvillette refers to them as the twins. One of them's actually 2 years older than the other one.
Gotcha.
They do resemble each other, though. Some of these guys you have met in passing before, but you never really worked with the Red Hands.
I was gonna say, ostensibly, we've seen them around base or
Right.
something.
You know, they just have a habit of being out on patrol when y'all aren't, or you know. And they're the guys that Audrey and Melody are backing up a lot of the times when they're not backing you up. It's not always them, but a lot of times. And our mustachioed fellow is kind of the unit captain. Something y'all's unit doesn't really have, now that I think about it.
So we should eventually get around to voting on that or something.
No.
Whereas Charlie Wayne is just simply a unit.
He seems to be in charge of their off-duty activities, but you don't know if he's in charge of hearing a fight or not.
Mm-hmm.
Their collective problem.
I identify as a problem.
Charlie Wayne?
So yeah, everybody unloads. There's lots of shaking of hands, and you know, this and that. In the midst of that, Uriah, you're approached by Klaus.
Okay.
Well, as
And was there Mexland? Do we recognize the make of each one?
what they're mixed?
I was about to ask the question.
You weren't there when they climbed out. Who knows which mix they were in?
DM's way of I didn't choose.
Figure that out later. You aren't going to see him. Deal with it.
They're not going to be in a fight this session, so it's not important.
Don't call them out like that. Call them out later.
But Renault does a round of introductions.
Mm-hmm.
And as he does that, he mentions that Klaus doesn't talk. Klaus's immediate response is, "I speak when I have something to say."
Okay.
And then he steps up to Uriah. "I have been watching your battle footage. All of you do very good work. I look forward to working with you. But you in particular seem to understand how war works."
Yeah.
You see the rest of you see the sisters kind of look at him and roll their eyes. Not at Uriah, but at Klaus, and kind of roll their eyes.
There's always the one.
I'll saddle up to Julia, I guess, and be like, "Is he also in a horror spec?"
No, not at all.
Sounds it.
Shoot. I had his
Harrison Armory.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Armory is the paramilitary company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, calling them paramilitary is kind of inaccurate. The fact that they really are just a military masquerading as a corporation.
more or less.
They're a weaponized Costco.
Yes.
I thought that was
That's
IPSN.
actually that's probably more GMS. Although GMS could also be as crude as just if Lego joined the military-industrial complex.
Oh,
Don't tempt him.
yeah.
If Lego will build.
No, but yes, Harris Armory is definitely the make of his frame.
Just imagine he's in a Sherman.
But
These are their call signs. They're not. It's not the mech's call sign, right?
right, that is their call sign.
Is their call sign? Okay.
Yes.
Nah, Alex, he's in a Genghis. Maybe even the Mark I World Killer. Who knows?
Jesus.
I'll continue speaking with Julia since I'm right there anyway. And be like, you're Jaguar, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Nice to meet you. Cortev, Grid Space, whatever you want to go by. I think they had a typo on your name here. You know, show the data pad.
Oh, what did I misspell?
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh, well.
Well, it's canon now.
It's thousands of years in the future. Who knows how the language has
Jaguar. It's fancy. You just pronounce it fancy. It's fine.
The
You
mech
use
has a
silent.
mustache.
Is
He was silent.
Jaguar.
You don't know what kind of creatures are on different planets.
I don't. That's why he's asking.
Mm-mm-mm.
shifted. Yeah, well, I'm too lazy to correct it though, so it's gonna sit there.
Hey. I respect that.
Mm.
It's bad too because I double checked the spelling of ocelot when I typed it in.
Mm.
But yeah, so y'all are chit chatting with him, before the meeting gets started. And of course, the Mad Dogs when they come in. Sans
Yeah.
Charlie Wayne.
Charlie Wayne's like 6
Yeah.
hours behind them.
I'll introduce myself to the other members of the Red.
Yeah, like I said, Renal went through it,
Hmm.
or Renault rather went through and did quick introductions.
Mm-hmm.
He figured everybody has seen everybody else, but didn't know who actually knew who was who.
Yeah.
A little bit later, Commander Griffith shows up. Has everybody, well, most of y'all are NCs, but anybody that's standing around socializing sits down.
Mhm.
Thank you all for coming. He throws up a big map of the area. You see forward base Achilles in the center. And there's like red dots of where, they know enemy patrols are. And while most of the enemy forces are kind of to the east, you have small movements kind of all the way around. They haven't fully encircled the base, but they've got scouts out kind of circling it. He tells you the enemy's main push seems to be in this area. They're focusing heavily on this base. Undoubtedly, this is partially because of how long this base has sat here and how many times we've resisted them. It would be something
Symbolic.
of a symbolic PR. It'd be a good PR move if they could finally take down Achilles. And while I'll talk big to everybody out in the base, it's not looking good this time. It's not looked good before, so I'm not without hope, but But that was why we requested all the reinforcements that Commander Jellicoe could send us.
Hmm.
We have reason to believe they're beginning to build a permanent base in the area. Our intel says they're even moving in some manufacturing capability, some printers. Which implies that they're, setting up the logistics to possibly, if they could take the base, maybe even use the base to continue pushing further in. But it's also a little dangerous to have manufacturing this close to the front line. They were attempting to get it here in secret. We have found out about it. And that's where y'all's first mission is going to come in. We are planning to use the Red Hands and the Mad Dogs as a distraction, while we sneak the workshop in close to the base. Really more of a camp at this point. There is a substantial force in that area. We figure using 2 full squads of Lancers would be a pretty reasonable distraction for them, though. Since you seem to have avoided detection coming in, they hopefully won't realize how much reinforcements we've gotten. And some of our own troops will be involved too as well.
Said this is mostly just a camp. Is there any infrastructure that can be removed or otherwise sabotaged that you're aware of?
All right, so he throws you over, or I throw you all over. Did I get the right? Yeah, y'all should be on the map now. So this is kind of what they've got.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of prefab buildings.
You've got my old mech on there.
Do I?
Yeah, you have my Everest.
Oh, yeah, that at the bottom, yeah.
You're going way back.
No, I'm using him for a bad guy this time. So they're not 100% sure what each of these buildings are. They are pretty sure these 2 at the bottom are the printing facilities. They seem to have the most supplies going to them. They have a transport that isn't always there, of course. It's moving around, but and some of these buildings would be barracks. Those are low priority, but he's sure there's medical facilities as well as communication equipment. He figures these larger ones are probably the command centers. Communication centers.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, there's a lot of radio interference in the area. So large facilities, a lot of equipment to punch through that would be necessary. Your mission is to go get in there and destroy as much as possible. Your primary targets are the printers.
Break their backs.
Yeah. They've inched up too close to the line. We need to smack on the toes.
Shatter their resolve and will to fight and drive them back to the holes they came from.
Or at the very least, make it where they can't print reinforcements. Anything that slows them down and makes it more costly. If they're focusing this much on this area, hopefully that means we can make advances somewhere else. But that's the commanders in those areas' problem. I just have to hold my fort. Any questions?
Can
I
we
hate
tell
to-
what the buildings are made of or anything? Or is it just basic like wooden structures or
It's
Like
pretty
fab.
fab.
Yeah, it's mostly prefab.
So you're looking like
shipping crate kind of
boards,
situation?
Yeah. Cargo containers turned into buildings.
Yeah. The larger buildings there are a little more specialized.
Because they're command structures.
Probably.
Gotcha.
That's the assumption of what they are.
Not to sound indelicate, how concerned are you about survivors?
And here's
We're
Um,
going to be in the middle of hostile territory. Survivors shouldn't be a concern.
I'm aware of that, but I
We're-
just want to clear that up.
we are not
before we get out
interested
there.
we are not necessarily interested in taking prisoners. But I do not mean by that, and you see Klaus lean forward, and I do not mean by that you have to slaughter everybody there. If you happen to see somebody that's obviously, of a high rank, bringing them back if possible, but that's not your priority.
Understood.
If you can access the computers, that would be fine as well. Again, not the priority. It'll depend on what kind of resistance you meet. Like I said, we're hoping to pull most of the forces away, but who knows? If the common soldiery surrenders, let them go. It's not we're not looking for war crimes, people. But we're not overly interested in, you bring anybody back either. Klaus seems a little disappointed.
Those sound like reasonable parameters.
There's enough of them in the area. If you wreck everything and leave people behind, nobody's going to starve before before the Shinar gets somebody out there to pick them up. At that point, he starts talking more to the Red Hands and the Mad Dogs.
and I'm looking at it because I'm looking at it from two things. I know this facility is here, but they've really stuck their neck out for this. I'm just looking at this saying, this, in other words, they're really dumb or that's a trap. Could be both.
Possibly. Like I said, they've got a fair amount of protection for it. Which is why they're using 2 squads to try to lure them off.
He also said we'd have some of your troop support.
Oh, well, that's part of the distraction.
Okay.
They specifically chose the workshop to go in and wreck stuff. Because you've proven to be good at that sort of thing in the past.
We have a reputation.
You have something
It's
of a
fair.
reputation.
Yeah.
Not a good
Yep,
one.
yep.
No, you've got a reputation for getting stuff done,
Another thing that's come up. The interference. As this has just been... This is more Freddy wanting to look at that. Because the fact that they have just as seems that if they need this much... When we first attacked... The interference was assumed to be the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they seem to be having the same problem, and it's not, in other words, just an ECM warfare.
Yeah, Griffith's like, oh yeah, we've been once they started doing that, we've started doing that. So yeah, we're sending out our own interference as well.
Mutual DDoSing.
Kind of.
Speaking of, that's something I can do before we leave.
Well, the commander's open to any suggestions Uriah has.
Just need to get into your information control center.
Again.
So yeah, so they go over the plan, how they're going to sneak you in, or sneak you relatively close. What they're going to try to do with the Mad Dogs of the Red Hands. And while they're not all stationed like right in this spot, because that'd make where this spot is a little too obvious, there are over a dozen, or a couple dozen, enemy lancers in the area. Not to mention normal foot troops, but. They suspect they're gearing up for another attack on the base soon. Those have been coming pretty regular, but they're hoping to catch them off guard with this. Make them think they're trying to punch through the line.
Sounds reasonable.
On the outside chance this don't work, you have some kind of evacuation plan for the folks back here at the base? Or is this a going down with a ship kind of situation?
There is a skeleton crew of us that will stay to the bitter end. But yes, we have some evacuation plans, or kind of a fighting retreat. And he goes over, you get this signal, it means fall back to the base, and we're all withdrawing. Hopefully it won't come to that.
Before the mission, if we needed to, could we swap out like a weapon or something? Or
oh yeah, y'all won't be heading out to the next day, so.
Because I'd have two to swap.
Because like the other two squads, just arrived an hour or two ago. They've had enough time to shower and eat. That's it.
Yeah.
After marching all the way here, so.
Nope.
With that, he there's lots of little details that get talked about, but the meeting's more or less wraps up shortly thereafter. Commander Griffith's like, Uriah, you wanted to see what you could help us with in the comm center?
Yep.
He takes you
Do you
in
want
there.
a hand, or do you want me to? Sorry,
go ahead.
Ty would just be like, "Do you want a hand, or do you want me to go back to the med bay?"
If you want to lend a hand, sure. I'm gonna be doing
She'll
some
lend a hand.
real quick coding though.
She'll lend a hand as best she can.
So the commander walks in with the two of you. Everybody in the comm center looks up.
Don't worry, this isn't on you all this time. He does the whole like knuckle thing. Only one hand actually cracks because the other one's mechanical.
This is something that I actually want to do, just because I want to alleviate a suspicion.
What's that?
I want to actually check, because they were mentioning the interference that he's going to be doing. I actually want to look at the enemy's interference and see if I can find like the transmission ways to stop it if it's actually them.
Okay, well, it's EMs, it's electronic
Yeah.
countermeasure kind of stuff. All right, so Uriah, what are you and Tiana doing?
Uriah is going to write a code to send through the interference that Firebase Achilles has been doing.
Mhm.
And basically what he wants to do is when it latches onto Shinar systems, basically he wants to brick their communications entirely.
And while he's
Okay.
doing that, Ty's basically going to be assisting and just trying to boost his signal so that it gets there as fast as it can.
Basically, what he's going to do...
So he's coming up with the code. Tiana's trying to punch through the interference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically what Uriah's doing is when we hit, they won't have any ability to communicate with each other, and thus locking out their ability to coordinate any kind of counter assault
Okay.
or to organize a defense. And I don't know if you would count hack and fix or invent or create for this.
I would say this would go along with hack.
Okay.
It is also going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have 2 disadvantage on it, or 2 crap, they don't call it
Difficulty.
disadvantage. Difficulty.
Good
on it.
difficulty.
Okay.
Uh,
So it'll be
Is
minus
Ty-
1d6.
Ty's giving him an accuracy, right?
correct.
So this will be minus 1d6.
There will also be consequences if you don't make it. They're going to realize there's an attack going on and clamp down.
Okay. Does anybody else want to come along and counteract the d6, or is only Ty?
Now, Freddy was studying the interference. So, Freddy, why don't you give me a roll, and we'll see if you can come up with anything that would be helpful.
Okay. 30.
Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we're on that level now.
Yep.
I was almost an at 20.
Almost.
Almost.
Doesn't matter after you roll like a 10.
All right, so yes. Tiana's assisting you. Freddy figures out kind of a frequency that's not necessarily as interfered with as some of the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that counteracts the difficulties.
Signal.
Okay. Here we go. 21.
Okay.
1 point over the minimum I needed to to beat a difficult.
All right. So you're pretty sure your virus has gotten in there.
Okay.
How long it will take them to get this stuff up and running again, you don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, your eyes in there. He's like has one hand like on the computer as his eyes are going. The other one's going over keyboards. He has Sobek watching to see what he does because Sobek's like he said that he's pretty sure he was made for war. And your eyes like this is want you to pay attention. This is another form of warfare.
And it doesn't look much like fighting. I see the use of it. But...
And then he'll stop and disconnect and. All right, Commander, I think I just bricked the entirety of their communication systems.
He looks a little doubtful. But
at the very least, the virus is in there.
Yeah. Well,
Very well, Jeff Goldblum.
well, anything that will sow confusion will be good.
Stream's doing stream things.
What's that?
It's kind of glitchy.
Oh.
Yeah. Zay brought it to our
Oh, I see it
attention.
over
We
there.
hopped in real quick.
Just every now and then, like, will glitch out.
That may be a Twitch thing because everything seems to be fine over here. It's not giving me drop frames or anything over here.
Okay, it might be a Twitch thing then.
Could
I
be.
just wanted to let you know.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Commercials. I was going to check myself, but yeah, you're pretty sure you got the virus in there.
Okay.
The comms guys are just looking at all of y'all because you were sitting there doing that little number. Tiana and Freddie were shouting information to you on what they'd figured out. And I'm going to say this took y'all an hour or so. This was, which is still super quick for what you were doing.
Yeah. Damn it, Sarah.
It's probably true.
I mean,
It's the Ghost in the Shell gif where the guy's finger split off and he's typing.
yeah.
You'd think just plugging in with a USB sort of thing would make more sense. But I guess it wouldn't look as neat.
You have to have the aesthetic too.
That's true.
It's gotta have the aesthetic of 10 fingers turning into 30.
Oh,
Cyberpunk. You were You wanted to be right, but you were so wrong.
I don't know. They got some stuff right. I mean, we are sliding into corporate dystopia as we sit here, so we just don't have the cool cybernetics yet. And they're working on that.
Yeah, don't let that monkey paw finger go down, please.
Well, you've already got paraplegic people that can play Civilization on their computer with a brain chip, so we're getting there. We just don't know if we're going to go full Cyberpunk before we go Terminator or not. It's a toss-up at the moment.
I'd like to get the Tachicomas before we get the Skynet, please.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you find out the Tachicomas were Skynet.
Raggy.
But, alright, so they're working on that. Those three are working on that for the next hour. So after the meeting, Cortev, what do you do?
Hi. I think Cortev is he sees Tiana and Tiana and Uriah head out and kind of just looks around and goes, "Oh, I think I'm just gonna hang out for now. I don't think I need to do anything right now." And
Okay.
he looks at his mech and just sees it still
It's still
as
standing
one
there.
piece.
It's
Yeah.
standing there looking all horsey.
Yep. And it's still one piece, and he's still a little annoyed by that.
Are there visible joints?
Yes, there are it's like there's visibly connectors.
It looks so mundane now.
Yeah, it looks like a regular mech.
Where's the pizzazz? The nanites.
I mean,
Cortev,
the nanites are still there.
Cortev has
just
fully
give him
embraced the horse.
time.
It's been pretty good to him.
All about the horse aesthetic.
It's been good to him.
All right, Vika, you see your brother,
Once you learn the weakness of your flesh.
Adopted sister, and Freddy run off to get into mischief with the commander. What does Vika do?
Yeah, she's also just staying there. She, the frame is kitted out how she's gonna want it to go. She's like going over that in her head. She's just kind of chilling there. Probably at some point a set just pops out of the drone and is sitting beside her and just kind of hangs out for a while.
I think Kortev sees Vik and goes, "You want to go get a drink?"
Does this place, with it being this far on the front lines, does it have a bar?
We're gonna find out together. and he
Cool.
puts he
There
like
will
reaches
be an
up,
illegal still somewhere.
reaches up, puts a hand, has to reach up to put a hand on Vika's shoulder. Come on,
Let's go.
and we'll go look for some sort of drinking hole.
Do we want to try and really like looks back? Do we want to try and grab anyone?
They all look pretty busy.
Okay, yeah,
It's fine.
we'll figure it
You're-
out.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, there's two more squads of lancers in the general area.
That's true. Then yeah, realizing that, Cortev says, "Well, there goes half my crew. Does anyone want to get a drink?"
You have several volunteers. Not
Let's
everybody.
go.
Some people are like, I'm going to bed. So yeah, a couple of the Mad Dogs and a couple of the Red Hands go with y'all.
Mhm. Sick.
The cafeteria commissary area. Alcohol is allowed. Drunkenness on duty, not so much, but
People
Yeah,
got a
no.
lot of steam.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get drunk right before battle. Absolutely not.
No.
Takes forever
Not
for
this
her to get drunk,
time.
and I don't drink that much.
so there are a
Like
fair
it's-
number of people in here drinking when y'all get there.
Yeah, of course.
There is a tension in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are greeted when you walk in. People are glad. It's like people are glad you're here.
What's the vibe? Is it like hopeful? Is it like scared?
Give me a roll. See what you get.
Stress. I'm going to get in on that roll.
There's definitely some stress. But
Would you accept Spot, considering I have Empath 2?
isn't there a?
I have a pilot talent that I have Empath as a pilot talent.
The one that does the motive threat and stuff is read a situation.
Ah,
Yeah,
I don't know
read a
if that would.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what they called it. Read a situation was what you would need.
okay, that's fine. Would my pilot talent of being an empath come into this though?
That I think would help you. Yeah,
Okay, I will give myself an advantage then.
yeah, that's fine.
All right. What are we at? +5?
Yep.
26.
Okay. Hopeful, like stressed out and worried, but there's a bit of hope in there. Some determination. This is for Base Achilles. It has stood here like a lighthouse in a storm for a long time.
But no one's particularly being like cocky about like, oh yeah, we've always been here, so we're just gonna stay here.
You hear some people talking like that, but it sounds a little forced. It's like it's probably the sort of thing they always say, but they're having to put a little more effort into it.
But adding an extra little bit of bass in their voice.
Yeah, and it's people that are specifically trying to lift spirits.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't think Cortev's like rah political. But individuals as the night goes on, before we all eventually go to bed, he'll just bring up individual spirits and not like he won't do a whole corporate spiel because that's not who he is, but he'll try to instill some faith in people.
Okay, give me a roll for that.
He's
Ted being the good guy.
He's not a good guy. He hates he is simply trying to break up the monotony of vibes.
The vibes just aren't
The vibes are
good.
rancid right now.
Yeah.
Look, guys, y'all are breaking
He's
me down.
vibe checking.
Like roll a vibe check.
Yeah. Just going to remember what my stuff is. All right. Would you also give me advantage on this because it's still like empath?
Sure.
Yeah. 21.
Okay. So you're not giving big speeches. You're just kind of going around to individual small groups or individual dudes.
People who look like really down and out about something.
Okay, you pep some people up.
Yeah. Small groups, like 3 people at most at a table or something.
Yeah. And like one of the guys that you would notice trying to pep people up, kind of gives you almost like a small nod of thanks when when he clocks what you're doing.
Just like,
As far as the drinks go, there's not a lot of liquor. So maybe they don't want to encourage the stronger drink. There's a few beers and quite a selection of wine. People in the league seem to be big on their wine. Klaus immediately begins critiquing their beer selection. He does not seem impressed.
That tracks. Is there any kind of like small recreation thing like darts or something in the mess hall or anything like that, or would that be a completely separate building?
While they have liquor here, this is more of a cafeteria. You'd probably need to find like a rec center for that.
Yeah. Are there sugar packets on the table?
sugar
Sure.
packets. I'll make
She's
my
a-
own booze.
Now she's gonna do you know how you would fold the paper up to be like a little football?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna start something like that just to pass the time and maybe some bit of just inane tomfoolery. Somehow tries to work it into a competition.
So at first, it's just you guys at the union table, which is just the table y'all sit down at, playing this little game. You got some people start watching and trying to figure out what it. And it's paper football. The rules aren't complicated, so it doesn't take you very long before you got several people on a couple different tables playing.
Cortab does commentary.
Yeah. Tries to set up some kind of bracket, maybe.
Give me a roll.
Anything could add to it.
What you got?
No, let me get back to that page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, are you gonna hit the bottom now?
Apply face
Does that work?
to face.
Blow something up without no. Read a situation, maybe. Subtext motives or threats in a situation or person. Otherwise, nothing that would work.
Go ahead and read this situation.
Okay.
As you figure out how best to encourage people to get involved in this.
22.
Very nice. You get a full-blown tournament going.
Yeah.
Just somehow weasels like, a couple beers as the grand prize or something, or a nice middle of the road bottle of wine or something.
Yeah, you go with something. It's more of a release valve for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a silly little game that not on this world, but back home, like all kids play at some point in their schooling.
They got it from Cradle and so on and so forth.
Yeah. And nobody gets. Well, I'll take that back. People get super competitive. Nobody gets that wound up about it. That. Nobody
Charlie's
gets so
not
into
here.
it.
We don't have to worry.
Yeah, nobody's getting in fights over it.
I'm waiting for him to kick
No
the
one's
door down.
throwing
I'm not
fists.
gonna lie.
Kick the door down. He's coming through a wall, Kool-Aid Man style.
Just pull a Kronk, just kick down the door. I'm back.
So yeah, between Cortev doing his rounds and then Vika getting half, about half the people in here involved in this tournament. Which you three, once y'all are finished with your tomfoolery in the comm center, if you query where everybody's at, they would tell you the commissary, and if y'all walk in the middle of this tournament.
You don't get a
I is going to happily
reshoot.
watch.
You don't get a reshoot. You missed twice. You're not getting a third.
Arguing with the referee over the rules.
Yeah, Vika seems to be reffing a tournament of paper football where Cortev is just critiquing and
providing commentary.
Yes, commentary.
From somewhere, there's a flag thrown on the table.
It's really just another napkin.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what you three walk in on.
Oh.
There's one or two officers sitting in the corner like, how did this happen? Like, I'm not upset that it's happening, but...
You winning, Vika?
Unfortunately, it's not a professional one. It's an amateur league, so I can't compete.
I'm sorry. Ty's probably the shortest person here, so she's trying to watch. But there's this crowd of people. That's all I can imagine.
Tiana has climbed a table.
See, I was picturing Tiana with her hands on the table. Just
hey,
Tiana. Trying to...
Oh, don't worry, Tiana. I got you covered. Pull up my mini printer. Make a small step ladder.
I don't know whether to feel insulted or appreciative.
Boxes.
She will use the step ladder.
He also has color pages and some crayons if you want some. No.
Jesus.
She just stares at you.
Also, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
When we're on the way to the base, can I say that with the virus that I implanted in their system, that I utilize my convenient opportunity reserve to say something happens with the virus that throws their whole troop deployment just everywhere?
That seems a little all-encompassing.
That's fair. I was just reading through my
for an improvised virus that you didn't know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just reading through my reserves and bonuses. I was like, convenient opportunity. We never actually did anything with that.
Yeah, y'all have a few reserves. So you have a few reserves built up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, my last page of this notepad, huh?
Whew.
And the first page of it is the character thing we did for the first vampire game. So it's lasted a while.
The character map?
Mm-hmm. Jolene in one corner.
The Thin Blood Queen.
Alright. So that's how y'all passed the night. At some point, Uriah Klaus comes over with a beer. Tells you it's not a good beer, but it's the best beer they have. Bunch of wine drinkers.
If it works.
There is a time for wine, but beer should always be available.
Yeah. They're not be able to get anything better out here, though. They are on the front lines of war.
Not unfair, but he's found the beer to be lacking here, kind of period.
Yeah, that's fair. There is one place I found that's actually pretty good. You have to go into the city outside of base, though.
He'll get the name of the place from you.
Yeah, I'll share it. It's the one that Charlie Wayne took us to, where we
Yeah.
had the where Tiana got the big gulp.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rum bucket.
This did
Yep.
not happen.
Her head starts to hurt at the mere memory of it.
Mhm. Well, you're
Alright,
gonna be on the front line of war tomorrow.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
That man's in a Genghis. That man's in a Genghis.
War is the true test of a person. It brings out the best and the worst in people.
Would explain why you've been following my reports.
Yes. Well, he's watched the entire workshop. You're all quite capable.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm waiting for the butt.
You just have.
no,
the
it's not a
right-
but. He's you know.
How can I put this?
Let's see. So yeah, he's been part of the night talking over some of the rougher fights y'all have been in.
Yeah.
He particularly liked the animalistic design of that one mech you did.
Hmm.
And he kind of quizzed you on just
How might I acquire this?
well, it's more like he doesn't recognize that frame. It was like really customized. It didn't look like a Horus mech,
No, it wasn't.
but seemed to be very customized regardless.
I built it myself.
But he seemed quite taken with it.
Don't break his heart and tell him you blew it up.
It's in the report, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if you blew it up for a tactical advantage, that's fine. They can put another one at some point. But eventually, y'all retire for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
The victorious paper footballer is holding his bottle of wine over his head like it's a trophy.
Woo!
Now you gotta keep the league up, okay?
You got people that sound enthusiastic about it now. How they'll sound about it in the morning, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carl, was there some change to Tiana's?
The only thing that she was changing was she was going to swap out both of her weapons. She's going to have a mortar and a plasma cutter, or a plasma torch.
Okay.
Put on.
That's a fairly easy swap out, so.
Yeah.
And not something you would have to, be there for you. The base mechanics can handle that.
She would have immediately sent the work order off as soon as the meeting was done too.
Okay. Then yeah, that's ready to go in the morning. Through the night, Rabbit, Coquet, and Aset, were critiquing the strategies of the paper football, its aerodynamics, and how there wasn't a lot of uniformity in the different footballs. Because several people had folded up different ones.
Sometimes you just do things for the love of the the shenanigans. Sometimes you just need some shenanigans to distract you from the fact that the world is burning down around you.
God, too real.
Said like, that's kind of heavy.
Yep.
You realize I'm only a couple of months old. Maybe keep a lighter tone around me.
Kind of gives her that look like, are you pulling my leg? Like, even if you're a
And she's
couple
like,
months
I'm
old,
just a
you're-
baby, and her eyes, the eyes in the hologram get big and round and sparkly.
You're a baby that is also partially inhabiting, and she kind of nods back to the bay where you were warned is at.
I'm just a very large baby. It's very rough on mother.
It sure is.
Sometimes you learn the heavy stuff when you're young.
So yeah, so y'all eventually get to the bunk or get to the barracks. Everybody crashes out.
Be right back.
Up bright and early the next day, ready to move out. They move you guys out while it's still dark.
Makes sense.
And you start off in a typical patrol pattern that they've had one of their patrols using for quite a while, or for a while. And then after the two, then a couple hours later, the Red Hands and the Mad Dogs head out with like a support, several APCs worth of troops, some vehicle backup. It heads out, looking like an assault force. It is an assault force, even if the assault is just a distraction.
Klaus is there. Of course it is.
Do what now?
Klaus is there. Of course it is.
Yes. So y'all get about an hour from base before you break off in any pretense to being on that patrol. You're sticking to the woods. You're avoiding as best you can the known patrol routes of the enemy. It's about a half a day's march where y'all are headed. And you've got it. You're not in communication with anybody. Y'all are under radio silence at the moment.
Yeah.
So the setup of the timing is very important. I need one of you to give me a roll.
Mm-hmm. What are we rolling?
It's to see how on schedule you manage to stay.
Well, Jeremy, you're the one of us here that has physical dice.
You have physical dice.
What, the dice roller loves you? Use the dice roller.
Absolutely not. So this is a roll to be on schedule.
Correct.
This is kind of like more of a luck roll than it is like a skill roll. Then is that how I'm interpreting this?
It's some luck. It's some how good are we at finding the path?
Okay.
Not dawdling. So have you got anything that you think would help?
Spot?
Potentially.
Would threaten work?
Threaten.
Theoretically,
I
If-
roll
if-
to
if you-
intimidate. Time.
If you think somebody was
I
going too
roll
slow,
It's like I roll to intimidate my entire team.
that's more what it is. I rolled to herd cats. You know.
All right. Well, I rolled a 20, so I rolled a 20 by itself, and then +6 would be 26.
Okay.
If I'm using spot.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and let you do that.
Don't forget your grit. So add 5.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought you like the dice was a 20.
No. 15 plus
Okay.
5 plus 6.
Gotcha.
okay.
All right. So when you get in position at the base, you know, or kind of once you come into the center of the base, you've detected the base. People in the base have detected you.
Mhm.
They start calling out for help. Using not the not like the big kind of broadcast things.
Mhm.
It's like they're using smaller vehicle mounted units. Which is
They don't
odd,
have answers
but if their
yet.
big stuff isn't working, this is what they're making do with.
Mhm.
Is anyone riding the dog?
Yes.
So I have a
Yeah,
hat.
Yeah, Uriah is on top of the dog right now.
All right, so your eye's a half, so which means the dog's got room for how much more?
Size 3, I have up to 2.5. So I have 2 more size mech that I can have on my back.
Also, did you want to swap my token for the Atlas?
What do I have there?
You have my Everest, which was Rhythm of the Rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we-
Atlas is 1,000 bitter tears.
Let's see. Every...
Because I kind of have something fun if we're about to go into combat.
Mhm.
If people are on my back or not.
Vico will let everyone else jump on. It would allow more people to move.
All
And
right.
she can always slip and slide herself forward.
Well,
So I have
I'll be
Uriah
honest-
and I have Freddy.
Yep.
Cortev, are you on my back or no?
No, I'm hanging.
All right.
Okay.
Got places to go.
So y'all managed to pick up the communication between the base and whoever they're calling.
Mhm.
They're not using the typical security channels. You know, they're calling in, they're reporting that you're on the way. You know, the base is under attack, or the camp is about to be under attack. There's an immediate response from a patrolling unit of mechs. So by the time you make it to base, on one side there is a small patrol coming in on the other side, and you are detecting more further out.
Okay.
So the way this is going to work is the first round is as you see it. You're on the north end, they're coming in on the south end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your primary targets are down here.
Yep.
Like I said, there are many other buildings you can attack. I have given the buildings a point value.
Mhm.
You need to accumulate 20 points worth of destruction. I guess.
Damage. Yeah.
Mhm.
Each of the printers is worth 5.
Okay.
Everything else is worth less than that.
What was this building again? I'm sorry.
I was just about to.
That's
Brain
a
cell.
shuttle.
That
Yeah.
is a transport.
It's a landing pad, essentially.
Yeah, that will dome over to kind of disguise it. It's like the doming over portion is under construction.
Okay.
Is that transport currently there?
Even or odd?
Hold on, I'll tell you. 'Cause I like to do this. I like to do this in D&D too. Odd.
It is odd. So yes, it is there.
Cool.
It is worth points like a building would be worth points.
Okay. Something else to break.
All right. They have more reinforcements coming in. More reinforcements will be coming in every round.
Oh boy.
Your goal is to get in, hit as many targets as you can, build up to your point, to your 20 value, and then get back out the way you came in.
Cool. Mayhem and chaos. Let's go.
The printers are basically 2 tall. The small individual buildings are 1 tall.
All right.
These large, the one right next to y'all, and then the 2 that are down here are 3 tall. This dome here is 4 tall. So, fairly easy to keep up with.
Oh, I've been doing this wrong.
What's that?
My tech abilities affect you guys too. They make husks from you guys as well, but they don't slow you guys down.
These little buddies.
Okay then.
With
right.
that in mind, I would like to start first.
About to say top of the order. Who y'all wants to go first?
I was about to say I was going to do something that might take out 3 buildings at once.
Go for it.
I'm going to take a step forward, and then I'm just going to tell Uriah and Freddy, hold on, as I dig a hole and make a size 4 hole.
Vika
and
might
put myself right here around those 4 buildings and burst through the ground, making 2 entrances, one in front of my crew and one underneath, like around those buildings. So basically she comes up from underneath. She comes up from underneath those buildings, probably causing them to go toppling over.
Well, they have armor. They have armor and hull points that you got to get through. So
I think that thing says it destroys whatever is on the point. If I recall that ability.
Is that his prospector?
Yeah.
Okay, is that how it's worded?
We're looking.
Double checking.
Hold,
That would be
please.
insane.
It deals 20 AP explosive damage.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, that's not automatic. Then.
Is that enough to get through the buildings?
All right.
I knew it was something.
Yeah, it says terrain and sections of terrain overlapping an entrance take 20 AP explosive damage. Additionally, you cannot take reactions until the end of the current turn. So that uses my create entrance as a quick action and my reaction to reposition.
Now, does the hole stay there where other people can use it through the rest of the game, or
Yes, yes, anyone can use it, and all of my entrances because I can make. No, it says anyone.
Yeah, it's a hole in the ground. It's just a hole in the ground.
They must have changed that. It did say like anyone could use, not anyone. It's allied people could use it.
Could also be 2 different abilities I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna put like a big circle here to kind of indicate where the entrance
You
is.
and allies gain the subterranean reposition, so it doesn't say anything about enemies. So I don't know how that works. But
there's so many.
basically,
There's so many things in this game that are like that. Oh, it's a big hole in the ground, but
Yeah.
only one side can use it.
but also all of my entrances count as exits. So I can make one entrance, one exit, and then I can make another one later down in the mission, and all 4 of those holes are connected. How that works, I don't know. Blink travel.
diggy hole.
Anyway, then the last thing I'm doing with my turn is
insert the old Kronk meme. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to make any sense.
yeah, exactly. I am going to then. I don't know why I just did that. Why did you do that? Stop that. Go away. I'm going to fire a mortar between these two.
Between which two?
Between these two
Printers.
buildings.
Oh,
Yeah.
way down there. Okay, yeah, you don't have to have line of sight for a mortar, so that'll work.
8 to hit.
8 hits. That is exactly what you need to hit the building.
7 to both. Because it's a threat 1 radius.
Why is my fire coming in so big?
So,
All right.
and then 7 to both printers.
7 to both printers. Is that AP or anything?
It's explosive.
That's not the same as AP.
Okay.
That's just a damage type.
Well, yeah, I know, but
All right.
that's her turn.
Both printers are taking some damage. All right, so you've taken out 3 of the small buildings. The small buildings like that are worth half a point.
So we're at 1.5 points right now.
So you're at 1.5 points.
We gotta destroy a lot of stuff, guys.
Well, if you just it'd be a lot of little buildings to get to your 20 points. That's for sure. Did you destroy anything we wanted you to? No, but we wiped everything you didn't care about out.
All those sheds gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's jump down to this side. All right. We will start off with the Rainmaker. Who is going to shoot at Ty?
Yay.
Because Ty made a very dramatic entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, can't use the javelin rockets. Got to have line of sight for that. But the missile pods will do fine. This weapon can attack 1 to 3 characters at a time. So it'll be Tiana and the 2 mechs on top of Tiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a rain of missiles coming down on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first attack will be on Tiana, or on the dog. Let's see, it's arcing, reliable, knockback of 1. +2 attack bonus. Does a 12 hit you, Tiana? Does a 12 hit the dog?
Yes. Yes.
All right, that is 4 points of explosive damage.
4 points.
Yes.
So
Let's
I have
see.
2 armor, so I take 2.
Knockback 1. On a hit, the user may choose to knock their target 1 space in a straight line directly away from the point of origin. Multiple knockback effects stack with each other. So let's see. Direct line. So that knocks you 1 back.
Okay.
Next attack will be on.
I'll say, does that include us?
Yes, because you're riding on me at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I would assume so. Kind of like how Freddy can be immobile
Okay.
on top of the dog, but the dog moves. Freddy moves with the dog.
yeah, that's fair.
All right, shot coming in on
Alright.
whip.
All right.
Actually, per my Spaceborne talent, I stay where I am.
No, you can choose to do that.
Yeah, I can control which direction I move if I'm forced to move.
Not that you can move very far without unless you get off the dog.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's the same movement that I'm being forced to move. So I go 1. I just
All right, this is a 20 to hit whip.
Fortunately, that does hit.
8 points of damage then.
No, I can't use reactions. I forgot.
So 8 points.
And whip will move in one point. Let's see, directly back. Would be either one of these. So he gets blown off the dog. How tall is the dog?
Size 3. I don't know what like the
Big bat.
official rules would say.
Cuttings.
Let's see. Is there I believe there's falling damage in this. Though I don't know if that's going to be far enough to really do anything. But falling.
8.
Falling. Fall 10 spaces around.
Oh, actually, hang on.
If you fall 3 plus spaces, take 3 kinetic AP per 3 spaces fallen.
Hang on. Let's see how this one works. Have I been knocked prone?
It's knocked back. I don't think that automatically prones you. I think it just slides you around.
Because high stress mag clamps. That's essentially how I'm. It's the stuff that lets me walk on walls.
Mhm.
It says I can treat every flat surface you act as normally while climbing, or you only begin to fall if you're knocked prone.
Well, that's if you're walking up something. You're literally being blown off this surface. You're on a building. The explosion knocks you off the building. There's nothing for you to clamp onto.
Now, in that case, I'll just flash anchor then as a reaction.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, otherwise, it looked like you were going to take 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
And what does flash anchor do exactly?
It prevents any involuntary movement.
Okay,
basically,
so you are still on the dog then.
Yeah.
All right. And a shot at Uriah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a 9's going to do it.
No, it is not.
All right. And movement. Oh yeah, the sucker's slow as doit. 1, 2, 3, And then it will boost for 1, 2. Alright, so it's kind of taking cover behind the printers. And that's the end of its turn. So we are back up here with the workshop.
Do you mind if I go?
Go for it.
All right, I am going to keep us. Well, 1. Going to steady aim.
Okay.
2. I'm going to activate my shield.
Okay.
3. I'm going to fire the railgun.
All
It's
right.
a
Activating your shield is a quick action.
Yes,
The steady aim, is that a quick action?
that's a protocol.
Oh, okay. Carry on then.
Yeah, and that fires a line of 20. So
All right. How do lines interact with, solid objects between them?
essentially, it's like me trying to hit each one. It's kind of like blast effects, in some regards, like area effect weapons.
All right.
Right here.
All right. That's all that's giving me is line of sight.
Since most line weapons we have used have been relatively close range, this really has not been that big of an
Yeah,
issue.
it's been like multiple mechs you'd be catching with them. This is firing through essentially multiple buildings. Boy, line pops up a lot in this book. Okay. Okay, well, he's definitely got hard cover. Yeah, all line says it affects characters in a straight line. X space is long. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the mech back here has got hard cover.
All right.
And truthfully, so with the second building. So the printer would be considered to have a hard cover. Which puts a difficulty on the attack roll or something?
Yep. Because that's essentially, some ways, kind of how my shield works.
Yeah.
Okay. So, whatever. Go back to CompCon. And that's not prototype weapon. Alright. So, for the first building, does an 11 hit?
An 11 does hit.
Right.
So that's a little dome there.
So that takes... Always forget.
Alright, the damage is only rolled once. And the bonus damage is halved if there are multiple characters affected.
Alright, let me... CompCon's being CompCon, even though it just updated, so hang on. Largely... Yeah. So that is 10 points of damage, and it's
Alright.
AP.
So the dome has taken 10. Alright, the dome is still there, though it has taken significant damage. Or this half of the dome, I should say. Draw the line one more time.
Okay.
Okay. So, you've damaged the dome here. It will pass through the ship. Give me an attack roll for the ship. And we know it's 10 points of damage for everybody.
Okay, that is a natural 20 on the ship.
Oh, fuck.
So that's plus an 11.
What ship? There was a ship in there?
Alright. So that's 10 damage to the ship.
All right. And now the printer.
Yes, and then the printer. Oh, wait, with the ship. Well, you rolled a 20 something, so even at a disadvantage, it would still hit.
Yeah.
For the hardcover. All right, roll for the printer.
Well, I rolled a natural 20. That was 20 plus 5. Plus,
Yeah. I don't think it would have made a difference. But yeah, now against the printer, and remember, it's got a hardcover, so.
So it loses my 1 point because I got a point of accuracy for aim. The gun itself has a point of accuracy. I'm negating both because I want to do extra damage with it.
Okay.
And in this instance, so 23.
That's going to be a hit.
Okay, so
we're going to call that printer 1. Takes 10. It's still there. Damaged badly, but still there.
All right.
And then the line was passing through. Was it going far enough to hit the Rainmaker here?
Because it's full. Because it's a line of 20.
Okay, yeah, it would hit then. You're about 17 away, I think.
Like 18 and change.
Yep.
All right, so give me a roll for him. He's got hardcover as well.
Okay. And 23, 18. Well, I rolled an 18 plus.
Jesus. Well done.
Let's see. Armor piercing, so that doesn't help. So 10 points of damage.
Yes.
Alrighty. It goes away. Clearly,
Get a
I
point
should.
for knocking out a mech.
No, the mechs were not the important. The mechs
Damn it.
are not. They will be pleased that you knocked out a mech, but that's not part of the actual mission
Listen,
objective.
I thought I'd ask.
All right. Anything else, Patrick?
Or
has Freddy done enough?
Freddy's done enough this turn.
Jason, quick logistical question.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the one I want to use. These, are those buildings or is that those things the entire printer?
It's more like a hangar. It's more like it's a building with the printers inside it.
Square deal. Okay, thank you.
That's like what you're seeing is like the armor outside. Man, I was gonna have fun with that Rainmaker the whole time too. Just sit back there and peg people.
Nope.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Whip says no.
Let's see. All right, we're gonna let this little feller go. don't have the proper token for him, so he looks very generic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I want to say that was one of the earlier.
I was using it for an Everest early on.
Yeah.
What are his sensors? Oh, what do you know? What do you know?
What does it know?
It knows the dog is there.
Oh no.
Can I pet that dog?
It also knows 1,000
Somebody
bitter
is.
tears are there. I think it's going to focus on... the dog's the one that made the big entrance, so it's going to focus on the dog.
The plus, he is at difficulty right now.
Does your shield hit with tech attacks?
Actually, no, it does not. So.
All right, so he's using warp sensors. The Mirage makes a tech attack against a target within sensors. On a success, they take 2 heat. And all attacks they make until the end of the next turn treat their target as having soft cover. He has an accuracy on this. So what is the dog's E defense?
14.
Ooh, mistakes may
pretty
be
good.
made. Well, I'd say that. 17.
That's a solid one.
So you take 2 heat, and all attacks until the end of your next turn treat the target as having soft cover. Okay.
So if I were to
boost,
attack him, he would have soft cover. Is that what I understand?
Correct.
Okay.
Or were you to attack anybody, they would have soft cover.
Oh.
This attack
Okay.
screws with your sensors, so your aiming is off, essentially. It generates heat, and then your sights are off, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It fogs your glasses.
So now I'm just picturing a mech running up going in the face of another one.
My glasses.
Why didn't I get the fog coating? Alright, that's it for the Mirage.
Unfortunately, being that North Star is usually in space, they don't understand what a windshield wiper is.
All right. I will go next then.
Okay.
Is it my reaction to pop up out of here?
Yes.
Okay.
No. You were on me. So well,
I am not.
No,
on
he's
you.
not.
if you were to use it, it takes your reactions. You can't use the reaction until your next turn.
Gotcha. That's probably fine. Does it take up movement or is it just like portals?
Nope. You go in, you come out, no movement used.
Takes 1 movement.
It takes 1 movement to
Does
get
it?
in and up.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
It says the whole movement thing is 1 movement.
Okay, so 2. I will use my reaction to end up like here.
Okay.
And then I still have quite a bit of movement left after that.
Mm-hmm. I'll say I could, in theory, actually get into the printer hangar when my turn kicks in. So
1, 2, 3. 5, 6. I'm going to. I'm gonna look back at Uriah and just kind of like finger guns and his systems get booted as I give him field to prove brass ignorant modifications and make a husk right there.
fun.
I'll tell you what that does if it comes up But
Yeah,
yes.
that's the one that gives me AP on everything, and I potentially knock stuff prone, right?
Yes. It is a whole
Okay.
save, and then it's also a knockback.
Oh, fun.
And then that'll make a husk, so I'll do that real quick. It'll be like right there in front of that burning building because it's like burst 2 from you.
Cool.
There's just a spectral little there.
Mhm.
And then for my other quick tech, I will deploy a mesmer mine, which will go. Is it within range? Adjacent free and valid spot. Okay. So I will put it like right here.
Okay.
And I'll I have a question about mines actually. Can I program them so that my allies don't trip them? Because all it says is unless otherwise specified, which is this is me specifying.
All right, the quick action that can be planted.
In an adjacent spot.
Well, otherwise specified would probably be the specific mine if it's got any specific rules.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think the mine is an intelligent something. I think it's just a mine.
Okay. At least it didn't work out.
Obviously you can flag it and let everybody know it's there so they can avoid it. But
I will flag it on our HUDs. Then I'll just say in the comms you don't want to get hit by that.
yeah, so you don't want to enter the adjacent space.
Yep.
It won't do anything to you leaving the space, but
yeah, correct. So, play mesmer mine.
Well, fortunately, what I'm planning on doing, I'm like 3 spaces over it.
That's good.
I didn't. Where was it placed? Sorry,
It's
I didn't
under
see
the
it.
36.9.
Okay.
There's a drone there.
There's a
Okay. The line was messing with me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good. No, I just
this bit left, and as my turn ends, it arms.
okay. We'll get back down here. One, two, three, four, 5. Boost for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, what's this bad boy's sensor range? It's crap. All right, that's all he's doing. He's just advancing. It's a berserker. Y'all fought those before.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so who we got left up here? Is it just Vika?
And me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Jeremy, can you go ahead and roll me a d6, please?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
5.
Joy. All right, I'm gonna add 3 heat, also for the flying. And but first, actually, that'll add 6 because okay. So, activate my core system as a quick action.
Okay.
As Uriah vanishes, and
Of course he does.
I am now with all of the movement calculated inside this warehouse.
All right, the warehouse is the printer thing. They're locked down. They're shut, so you can be on top of it. But
yeah, fair. I'm on top of it then. Well, then in that case. Yep. I will. Yeah. I will overcharge for
Okay.
one more heat. And I will quick action hide. And with my core power active, I can do this in plain sight.
Okay. So they know you were there, but they've lost sight of you.
Yep.
Quickly, fire on that grid square.
It's a hick,
And-
sir.
Don't correct me ever again.
Do you want to be loaded in the cannon? I didn't think so.
Don't talk to me or my mech ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry the commissar didn't hinder you. Could you say that one more time?
Okay. So this little guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boost 1, 2, 3, 4. He is in the air.
Lord, we've lost a lot of people this week.
He is going to try and spot where the hidden character is.
Okie dokie.
So it's a system check against the agility of the
Mhm.
hidden character. So he rolls his. I just said it. System, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And then Uriah rolls agility.
Yep.
Has to be to 23.
He does not with a 7.
Jesus.
I'm back in the rogue, boys.
All right, Vika. What is Vika going to do?
Back in Sonic.
Well, we'll hop in the hole. Pop up over here. That's one movement.
Balor go down to hold.
Valor go down to hold. Valor go wee. Quick tech. Activate, accelerate. And I'll just draw the line of 5. That didn't work at all. Come on.
Or will she?
Wrong layer.
The thing is just acting really weird. I don't know if they updated it or something.
It
Where's the
just
line
updated.
going?
It updated today. I saw a notification when I got on the CompCon.
Lovely.
It's not, for some reason, not snapping to stuff, and I'm not sure which one.
Oh no, yeah, nothing is snapping. There's no grid on this map.
Yeah, this map came
We'll say-
pre-gridded, so.
Oh, okay, that's why. If someone can draw me a line like that.
5?
Yeah. Or
That's
if someone can draw over it.
well, I have linger on, so it's gonna vibe there.
Okay. Well, it's there in case anyone else wants to use it as well until she deactivates it.
Oh, you're doing the conveyor belt.
Yeah, but she also acquired conveyor.
Ah.
This building
Double conveyor.
is undamaged at the moment.
At the moment.
Cool. I still have 4 movement left from that because the conveyor does not count. So we're going to move between these 2 buildings.
Okay. You're, however, passing adjacent to the mine.
Oh.
So,
I totally
Deca, how
forgot
much
about-
damage does mine do?
Does not do damage. It is a system save.
Cool. What do I need to roll?
A system save. DC is going to be quite high because it's me.
Yeah.
Saves
One
at 18.
second.
What was the mine?
Mesmer
Also,
charge.
I figured you were about to just like accelerate slide like through the building.
That probably would have been a better idea, but here we are. System. Oh, geez.
Just roll 20.
Grit counts in, correct? Or is it just straight system?
Grit counts in.
Grit
Quick counts.
Okay, that's.
What you got?
You know. I'm gonna. 1 second. I need to check something.
You do the NHP.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do the NHP thing, yeah, where I can re-roll a save.
Yeah.
Think you can roll better this time? Than a one on the-
I sure as
I
hell
hope
hope I
so.
can.
than a 1 on the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't roll worse. We're confident of that.
Are we? There
That's
we go.
better.
26. I'll take
You
that
beat-
one.
You beat the 18.
I beat the 18. What else happens to me?
That's it. You
Okay.
do not become immobilized.
This is fine.
And the mine
Like,
is gone now.
sorry!
I believe it is.
I'm sorry! My back is thick. All right.
I'm putting this mine here. Guys, I'm putting the mine here. Doop, 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 doop.
Where'd you put this mine?
Kind of thought those would have an IFF sensor on them, but guess not.
Okay. Question for the DM. How
Mhm.
are we doing burn on buildings?
It would just
What
count
kind
as
of save
damage.
does the building have to roll to clear it? Because burn keeps going after successive turns.
Fair point.
Yeah, that's something I was about to ask too, because like one of my melee weapons is literally just fire in the shape of a sword. So
I will jot down a whole score for them.
It would be an engineering check they had to make to clear it. I don't know if that's something you would
Okay,
work into
engineering
the
then.
building.
I don't think the buildings are capable of like clearing it on their own.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it's kind of a terrain. I just don't know how. If we're treating if it has like, because it's a building, it might have like a
Fire suppression.
fire
some
system in
stuff.
it. I didn't know.
I will give it at least a proxy of an engineering score.
Okay. All right. First roll is going to be on. Let's see.
And which building are you targeting?
Once I get back to the map here. Okay. Going to be on this one right here.
Okay.
I really just need to like split this. I think this one just does it straight up. It doesn't have any roll. It does 2 kinetic and 2 burn, just flat out.
Oh, it's not a roll. That's pretty cool.
It's the swarm hive nanites.
Oh, okay.
So you just do it, and then they have to make a save.
Yeah. It doesn't have like a dice roll or anything next to it. It just says threat range of 5, 2 kinetic, 2 burn.
All right. So 2 kinetic, 2 burns. So that's 4 damage. 2 of which is burn. So at the end of the round, it has to check. Or beginning of the next
Let me
round,
check.
or something like that. Okay.
At the end of their turn, so I don't know what you want to consider the building's turn. Maybe like top of the round or. Because I'm the last one, so. At least on this side.
Let's just do if the building has a burn on it, we'll just do it at the end of the turn of the person who put the burn on it.
Okay. And because of Executioner, and this is a heavy weapon, we are going to attack the one behind me as well.
Okay.
It does half damage, so it's only 1 kinetic, 1 burn.
All right.
That would be 1 attack. I'm just going down my list of what I've done, just so I can make sure I'm not overdoing stuff. So I've done a quick attack. And a Skirmish. Oh wait, it does have attack rolls. I'm sorry. Let me roll attack rolls. It
Okay.
popped it up on CompCon when I hit it.
Gotcha.
New weapon. Who dis? 13.
That's gonna hit.
And then I'll roll the one for the next one. It was a 14, so that one hits as well.
Yeah.
I think that's all I can do. I'm gonna move a little bit more. How would we just because we haven't done terrain before for damage? Scouring Swarm deals 2 kinetic to characters of the choice that start turn either grapple or adjacent. Are we counting buildings as characters or no?
We never have before for that ability.
Okay. Fair enough. Trying to find my map page. Here we go. And we'll move up, boost move 5, and make myself everyone's problem.
You do seem to have become everybody's problem.
They were warned.
No, they weren't. You snuck up on them.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
job.
they were warned.
The building snuck up on them.
Protocol action, is that free?
Yes.
Start your turn,
Initiative
free.
at the beginning of the turn.
Turn.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay,
Next round.
we're good. Next round.
All right, so your turn is
That's why I
over.
have to say steady aim first.
Believe so. I don't think I can do anything
All right.
else.
So the building right next to you, we'll roll for it. For that burn.
That one was the one with the 2.
A 1 on the dice. What's your save number?
For attack or what?
What
Save
is your
target?
save?
Just plate save target?
Yeah, you have a stat
Oh,
called
15.
save.
I'm sorry.
All right, so he got a total of a 3, so that didn't make it. The one up further north got a 20 on the die, so that's a 22. It's fine.
I just want to set the world on
On
fire.
In your heart.
All right. So that's the last of y'all, but I've got an ultra to go. All right. He's got a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just adding in real quick, it does bypass armor if the buildings have armor counted.
He'll boost to get there. Yeah, he'll boost to get here. And no, those buildings did not have armor.
Okay, just double checking.
All right, so you got a light machine gun. Coming at you is a moving target. Okay. So it is reliable, which is good, so it'll damage even if it misses.
Good for who?
For me. I mean, them.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Does an 11 hit you?
No, if that's for me, no, it does not.
Okay, so reliable, so 3 damage anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah, you probably have the armor to take that.
I don't have armor, but I have 30 HP, so.
Oh.
And she regens health at the end
I
of her turn.
regenerate
so-
at the end of my
yeah.
turn, yeah. So, kind of.
That was a move, a boost, and a shoot. So that is it for round 1.
Where are the new players entering the field?
Yes, there are new players entering the field.
That's Uriah.
But how many new players? Quite a few.
No, no.
I don't like that.
Uh,
How many points are we up
yeah.
to?
You are sitting at
1, 2, 3.
1.5.
Oh,
You've
the-
damaged
the
other. You've
ship
damaged
only a
other
half?
buildings, but you've only just. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I did not write down the ship. Let me write down the ship. You were at 3.5.
It's gonna be a while, guys.
What was the half point?
The buildings are a half point each.
Those little individual buildings are 0.5 point each.
Mm.
You know, they're the ones that are they're like the barracks and the storage rooms and the pantries and
Gotcha.
We're gonna have to destroy everything on this map essentially, if the buildings are a half point.
What about these bigger buildings?
Nobody's destroyed one of those yet. You don't know what they're worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Figures
scan the
they're-
building.
And keep in mind that the hangars are worth 5 apiece. So that's if you take
Yeah.
those two out, that's 10 right there.
These ones count as a half point each or 1 point since they have two connected.
The kicker is if we can get into the
You
command
don't know till
building.
you destroy one. All right. What do I need? I need a. Where's the GM layer? Here we go. So I need to move him here. I need to move her here. Oh, scale her to fit in a hex. Three more mechs enter the field. An operator, a witch, and a hive.
Fun.
Tons of fun. So, top of the order. Workshop. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I don't know how much health the hangars have, but I could do 20 to them this turn.
It's worth finding out.
Get some.
The only problem is Uriah's on top.
He's got flyboy
No, you're
stuff. He'll be
flying.
fine.
No, I landed, but I can fly when you destroy them.
I think the Monarch's the only one that's like permanently in the air.
And what does
Well,
it do to a
if y'all are
person
okay
that's
with me
standing in
going
the space
first.
when you bust through it?
It doesn't say anything about persons. It just says terrain. I'm double checking that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to say anything about persons.
Okay. And how far can you travel underground?
It
Five-
affects
5
persons
squares.
the higher up you go. I think on like
Well, I'm all.
Prospector 3, it
I am Prospector 3,
then yeah,
but
I
it's
think
not saying.
I think it damages people at that point.
Let me double check. But
Yeah, I'll check real quick.
well, I'm going to move 6. Overcharge.
It's specifically hostile characters. Hostile characters within the area when an entrance is created must succeed on a hull save or be knocked prone.
So overcharge, move 5 more with boost. I don't know why I overcharge. Never mind. I don't need to overcharge. Duh.
I don't know why you overcharged either, buddy.
Gotta
It's
go
okay.
fast.
Very much. Let me see if I can undo that. I'll undo that in a second. Anyway, 5 here, and then create entrance. So this will take 20. These two will take 20 AP.
Well, that's one building. That's one
This
building.
shield would. Yeah, this shield will take 20 AP.
All right, and that shield had already taken some damage.
Oh my god! What the dog doing?
So 20 to that one building, 20 to the shield, and then I will pop up right here and do 20 to both of those.
All right, the shield is down. Oh, that side. The two sides count separate since they're not connected yet. So that finishes off the dome. So that's another 3 points. So y'all have 6.5 for that. The double building goes down. That's another 3 points. So you're now at 9.5. You're almost halfway there.
And then I burst through between the two buildings here for another 20.
Yeah, creating and making or exiting.
Yeah, creating entrances in both locations as well.
The dog is
Oh.
digging holes very aggressively.
So they each take 20
Diggy
points.
hole, diggy hole.
So they both take 20
And
points
Freddie,
of damage,
you are still on me, so you come with me.
but they are both still standing.
Oh, wow.
They ain't looking great, but they are very sturdily built.
I'm going full Stilgar on this.
Mhm. Oh, also that Hornet over there needs to make a hull save.
So Whip is down here on top of the dog still, right?
Yes.
So I had created an entrance.
Oh yes, the Hornet has to make a hull save. And Hornets are really good at hull saves. Really, really good.
The best.
Sounds like you just messed it up.
So rolled a 19 on the dice. With his -2 hull, that becomes a 17.
Save target was 15.
Okay, so he is fine.
See, he's really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is that all for the dog? Has he dug all the holes he can dig?
I can only make 4 holes in a turn, so or in a scene.
Gotcha.
So you're just done.
Also, on the plus side, that means with us over here, when we need to leave, we can go in here and appear over
And
here.
just be back at the exit.
Yeah.
We gotta go, guys.
Mhm.
So, do I want to overcharge? Nah. Well,
I mean, you can.
you know what? Yeah, I'll overcharge.
All right, give yourself some heat.
Yep. So I have a single heat. Oh, say that.
Did you have some heat from something somebody did to you earlier?
Yeah, I had 2. Now I have 3.
Okay, gotcha.
And I am going to use that to use my plasma torch on whichever one of the I guess the one on the left
Okay.
here. 10 AP energy damage.
All right, 10 AP. So that printer has taken
Hi,
30.
you need buildings gone? I'm the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
All right, so
getting
that
the
printer has taken
deposit
30
back.
points of damage. So it's not looking too good. By which I mean it's gone.
No.
We are not getting the deposit back.
No.
So that's got you at 14.5 points.
I think
That's
we're
my
looking
turn,
better
guys.
now.
Yep.
Doing a little better chances now.
Yeah.
I will
It's my turn,
say,
guys.
I was curious after the first turn because it was like, okay, the first couple people attacked some buildings, cool. And then people just started ignoring the buildings. I'm going to shoot at people. Well, I'm going to run the distance. You remember the point, right? But
Is this building still standing with 20 AP energy damage to it?
No, but I accidentally put the fire token on it on the wrong.
Wrong
Lane.
layout.
I think I was on the GM
Oh,
token when I put it down there.
okay. So
We've
this
had
half of
that
the
layout.
shield, this half of the shield, and this building here is gone, right?
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Hang on just one second. I'll get it sorted out. I think it was where I had brought the reinforcements in and had to go to the GM player. I was just still there.
I heard you wanted a demo.
Fun.
Just a big old dog running through, very happy.
The dog somehow found horns because he is now a bull in a china shop.
This is, I think, outside, like in mech combat, I think this is the most the dog has done outside of support.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
I mean, you've done, I think, over 120 damage.
And I think only the torch thing actually counts as an attack.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I think you got more heat for the attack. No, it counts as having soft cover. Never mind.
Yeah, it was soft cover.
But the AC, you know,
Mhm.
the evade was only at 8, so.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the dog. So now, retaliation.
Mm-mm-mm.
Darg, big old bullseye right there.
Well, how much of that building counts as cover for you, though?
I guess whatever wasn't destroyed by the plasma torch. Yeah, the last thing on Prospector is weird because it says create entrance becomes once per round and you may use it an additional time each scene. But it's like if it becomes once per round, when originally it was so only I could when on the first one it was only once per scene. So I assume the wording needs to be fixed, but I assume that you can use it twice a scene. Is what
I think so.
All right, he's
is
gonna
what
move
I'm
there.
so 4 holes.
Then he's going to activate his avalanche charge, which moves him 5. He has to attack a random character next to him.
Hi.
It's randomly the dog.
That's
The
so
dog.
random.
Mm-hmm.
It is completely random check.
I rolled, hey, there's one character next to him, so I rolled a one-sided dice. It came up a 1. It was the dog.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's logic. Does an 18 hit the dog?
18 hits a dog.
That is 7 points of kinetic damage.
So that's reduced to 6.
And then he will take his actual attack, also with the chain axe. Does a 16 hit the dog?
16 hits the dog. I'm going to try a reaction with superior intelligence. Let's see if I get the 6.
Roll it and let's see.
I got 4, so no. It still hits me.
7 points of damage.
7 points.
Yes.
It reduced to 6.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. That is the end of the bazooka's turn. All right. Who is next?
I mean, I
Yeah,
see that dude. Well, I see this dude here, the one that has the plasma gun that likes to shoot multiple things a lot with really heavy shots and hardly ever misses.
You mean the operator?
Yeah, I kind of want to do something about that. So, hello.
Hello.
Whoa.
So that adds 1 more heat because I flew, which does put me in danger zone. Fun. Okay. I need to actually start round 2. That might help.
Maybe.
Okay. So I will skirmish with Torch. Attacking from stealth. And it's a melee weapon. So I think a 25 hits.
A 25 does indeed hit.
Fantastic. Give me a hull save.
Oh yeah, it still has to do that because it's been a while.
It's been
Also, that damage can't be lowered.
23.
Mhm.
Also, you have difficulty because Spaceborne, and I say so.
So a 23 becomes a 19 on the save.
Man. Yeah, that still works. Okay, so that's against his. Now make another one against me attacking from stealth. Also at difficulty. This one's specifically an Atlas trait for using my core power.
And this is hull.
Yes.
17. And the last one should have been 2 higher because I didn't add a hull in.
17
Or 3 higher. 3 higher.
will still succeed.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you take 11 energy damage and 3 burn.
Okay. 11 energy.
Mm-hmm. And this, I believe, cannot be reduced in any way. Yes, Jeremy?
Yes, cannot be reduced.
Okay.
As
Also,
per my modifications.
he also takes 2 heat because I am in danger zone.
It was how much burn?
So it's a total of 11 energy, 2 heat, 3 burn.
2 heat, 3 burn. All right.
Still up?
Yes, only barely.
Cool. On that note, I
Jesus.
I activate the shock wreath, which is the modification I have on Torch. So he will take another 2 burn,
Okay.
and now cannot target anything except for adjacent characters.
Okay. Alright.
So that was
Oh, that's right. Burn is taking as damage when it's applied to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it for him then.
Cool.
Which activates his self-erasure.
Yep.
Immediately self-immolates in a wave of superheated plasma. All characters adjacent to the operator when this takes place must succeed on an agility save or take 6 energy damage. On a success, they take half.
Alrighty.
So let me roll for the hive.
23.
It was a agility. All right, so the hive rolled a 9, and the witch also rolled a 9. Oh wait, no, the witch has got a
Cool.
+1, so
Me.
that's a 10. Okay, so a 10 for the witch and a 9 for the hive. So they both rolled 9 on the dice. And the operator's save is a 12.
Cool. I succeeded.
All right, so you take half damage. So you take 3 energy instead of 6.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a window over here in this building?
There are, but they are shuttered at the moment. Like it's gone into lockdown. Everything's
Okay, so quick
security
question.
doors kind of thing.
So one more question. If a mech barreling into that shutter at speed, would that just go through it?
You would have to make a ramming attack.
Okay. Then in that case, so reaction. Because I did get hit, I will Jaeger dodge, which gives me resistance to the damage.
Okay.
So I think we'll make it 1 or 2.
Halved, but it's 3. Round up 2.
2. Fair enough. and because of that, I now move 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. And because I hit with a main melee, I will use my Blade Master die to free action ram.
Okay. What is the roll for a ram?
It's an attack.
Yeah, okay. Make an attack roll then.
24.
That is a hit.
Cool. So 4. I'm in the building.
With 4 points of damage?
No, 4 movement.
Oh, okay.
Ram doesn't calculate damage.
Gotcha,
It's like you either knock it back a square, which I assume I don't knock the entire building backwards.
No. I got you. The prone thing, yeah.
Yeah, certain mechs let you do damage.
Yeah. So,
So you are inside the building. People are panicking.
Yep.
They are correct.
They are correct. And
Good
that
thing to do at this
is
point.
my turn.
Okay. All right. The Hornet. We got 1. Six. It's going to boost and go in right behind Uriah.
Hello.
Hello.
Reaction. Overwatch.
Okay.
Didn't you already react this turn?
I reacted on my turn. I'm reacting on his turn now.
You don't have just one reaction. You can use multiple reactions.
Okay.
25?
That is to hit.
Yes.
Yes, their evade is a 16.
Alrighty.
Wait. Each round, first attack made against the Hornet as a reaction automatically fails. It has weave.
Fair enough. All right. So I'll count that as a miss.
And then he is going to... He's going to use a Stinger pistol.
Okay.
In the building around his allies.
Well, engaged, he has difficulty. And he has another difficulty because I have permanent soft cover right now.
Alrighty. Don't think it matters. You rolled a 6 on the d20 anyway.
Cool. He takes 2 damage.
Okay.
As I deflect the bolt blow back at him.
Which is weird because that's more damage than the weapon actually does.
Well, it's the I'm in Lord stance right now because I can start a stance at the start of the mission.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make ranged or tech attacks, but any range attack that misses you deflects off your sword, dealing 2 damage, same type as the attack to a character of your choice in range 3 in line of sight.
Okay.
And if he attacks with a melee, then he has to pass a whole save or get knocked prone if he misses.
Fair enough. Oh, let me roll to see if his impale system has recharged. It has not. All right. Next up Move, boost, attack. Okay, he's done, so it's one of y'all.
I think it's just me.
I haven't gone this turn
I
yet, but if you want to go,
I haven't gone either.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm thinking of the wrong turn then.
And
yes.
is this Uriah and them down here?
Yes, that's
They're in the
Uriah
building?
and the Hornet.
I'm
They are
Yeah,
inside
me-
that building.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So feel free to blast the ever-loving crap out of that building. Destroy that building.
You got it, boss.
I mean, here's the thing: if you hit with a blast and what you roll is lower than my evasion, I technically deflect the damage into the Hornet. So
Cool. Cool.
Cool. Cool.
I think Cortev's gonna just like he's like his mind literally blew up almost in his face, so he's like, all right, cool. He's gonna
Sorry.
2, 3, 4. He'll just go here and just affect what he can right now. And you watch as he goes to summon his nanites like he normally does, and it just shows up as like an energy blade. It's like, all right, just punches the thing.
All right, give me an attack roll.
the calendula sword. Shank.
Yeah. That's gonna be 21.
That's a hit. That's a crit, in fact.
Yes, it is. I will do 3d6, and then I will do another 3d6 because that's how that works, I think. So let me put these right there. The first one was better, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where's my thing? Plus, where'd you go? Oh, plus 4. So 14 damage. 14 armor piercing. It would knock back, but it can't. I probably can't knock back the building.
No, you can't knock back the building. That's another 3 points then.
Woo!
17.5.
Just holds it there for a little bit. He's like, "How y'all looking over there?" Pulls up the thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you did just see
thumbs
Uriah
up.
just explode something and then just disappear into a building.
So people come running out of the building as it is on fire
Yep.
and collapsing. You see people trying to dig their buddies out before the fire gets to them.
I mean, yeah. Horrors of War and all that.
Yeah.
That is a full action to do that. So I've got like this much more movement to do that. I'll just kind of circle around and go to the other buildings in the area. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Which hex are you in?
I am in this hex.
Okay. All right, back down here. Let's see, that's the Mirage there.
I'll be back in just a moment. Use the restroom.
Mhm.
All right, the Mirage is going to move down here. Activate its blip. Nope, wait, I take that back. Blip is a reaction. But it is going to move down there. It is going to target Vika with warp sensors.
Let's go.
Let's see, within sensors range. Yeah, no problem there. What is Vika's E-defense?
13.
13 exactly. No, 13. 15. 15. I forgot about the +2. So you take 2 heat, and all attacks made until the end of your next turn are treated as having soft. Whoever you're attacking is treated as having soft cover.
Alrighty.
All right, I think that's it for him. Who wants to go on y'all side?
All right. I will. Basically, staying on the dog.
Okay, no
Reactive. I don't know if I gotta move around or not for this. I'm just putting me there to clearly show you where I'm
Yeah, that's
at least
fine.
gonna be aiming. All right. I am going to. Let's go to. Still on last turn in CompCon. Let's go back. There we are. I'm going to barrage.
Ooh, multiple attacks. Who are you attacking?
The printer.
I figured. I was hoping it was somebody else.
I mean, if you don't want to waste your thing on that, you could clear out some of the people, and I could probably kill the
It's the
thing next turn.
It's not wasting your turn. It's the main objective.
I know.
Look,
Prevent damage. No, I'm kidding.
let's see.
That's Ty's whole motto.
There's using this one. And I've got charges. Okay. 22?
That is to hit the printer.
Yes.
That definitely hits the printer.
All right. And that is 8 points of damage. And
Is it
that
armor
is
piercing or anything weird?
paracausal mod. It ignores like even resistance too.
Okay. So that's 8 that gets through. It does not look good, but it is still standing.
All right.
You said you were barraging, so there should be another attack coming from another weapon?
Yes. 17.
That's going to be a hit.
That is 9 points of damage.
Is this one armor piercing or anything weird?
It is not.
Finally, their armor effect gets to affect something. All right, so instead of 9, it takes 6. Unfortunately, it only had 2 left.
Ah. Monkey's paw curls.
So that's another 5 points.
So what are we sitting at now?
22.5. It is time to GTFO.
All right.
Quick, everyone, back on the dog!
Yep. All right.
All right.
Damage
so I've got
done. Time to get out.
I have got the archer, the witch, and the hive left.
And actually, hold on, because since I'm in a Everest, gonna use my once a scene extra
Ooh,
quick action.
what we going to do?
I am going to first. I use the Mirage effect on the dog, so the dog now counts as being invisible. So he's got the 50-50 defense now.
Gotcha. There's like a slight shimmer that gives away that there's something there, but you can't tell exactly where.
Yeah. It's like Displacer Beast kind of stuff, yeah.
Alright, in that case, the archer is going to shoot at Vika. With his reliable gun. And he's going to roll a 10, which I don't think is going to do anything.
Nope.
He is an embarrassment.
But it's reliable, so it still does that 3 damage.
Oh, that's right. 3 damage, yeah. And then
Okay.
he's done.
My turn.
And then what horrors are you going to unleash?
I can't do too much.
You could always hop in the hole and get out. I mean, that's...
I mean, she could have. She's just gonna come up towards here and cover the folks getting in the hole. And she can, if the building would count as difficult terrain, it doesn't to her because she's got on, what the face of. It's a mod I threw on.
Okay.
Bulwark mod. Makes limbs extend, additional armor, redundant motor systems, and other reinforcements allow you to ignore difficult terrain.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Neat.
A little bit more eldritch there. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, it's... Which... yeah, the Nelson. That's why it's got that. That's why it's so lanky looking.
Just double checking some range on stuff.
All right.
Pinning Spire on this dude.
All right, that's the Mirage. He's got some reactions. Let me look at what they are.
Becomes immobilized and cannot move in any way.
All right, he is going to activate his... Actually, that doesn't do any good, does it?
Yeah, I don't know if anything will do it. It says, you and a character within range 3 in line of sight become immobilized and cannot be moved in any way for the duration. The target always considers you within range for melee attack. On subsequent turns, you can end this effect as a protocol, or your target can end it by successfully hitting you with a ranged or melee. This condition cannot be removed any other way.
Okay.
And let me get back to the map. She's going to slap this guy with the ferrofluid lance.
What you got now?
Back to the map here. That guy right there.
Okay, the Mirage is going to use his blip reaction. It triggers when a hostile character takes an action in its line of sight. The Mirage can teleport one allied character within sensors 5 spaces in any direction.
Rude.
So the Berserker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is suddenly over here.
Alright, so Spear just goes into the ground. She's a little cheesed about that. What are my sensors? Cool, we're going to try and invade the Mirage then. The Mirage is the one I pinned, correct?
Correct.
Okay, he's in sensors. Tech attack roll was a 19.
E-defense is a 12.
All right. On a success, target takes 2 heat. And fragment signal.
Alright.
Impaired and slowed until their next turn.
Impaired and slowed. Gotcha.
And that's her turn. But that guy can't move, and he's impaired and slowed. She can't move either, but she's right next to the hole, so once everyone gets out, she's getting out as well.
Yeah.
And healing up my points. So back up to 30.
Okay, the witch. What's their sensors? Pretty good. Is going to use Tear Down on Vika. The witch takes a tech attack against a character within sensors. On a success, the target takes 1 heat immediately, and then a further 4 heat at the start of the witch's next turn.
Okay.
That's a 10. What's your E-defense?
My E defense is a 13.
Yeah, she rolled the poop. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to add their +2 attack bonus, so a 12 still doesn't make the 13.
Closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was closer. It was definitely closer. So as I said, that was 1 quick tech. She's going to take another quick tech and try to blind Vika.
Jesus. She said, and I took that personal.
She did.
Yeah, apparently that guy was her friend or something.
They killed Steve.
And with a +2 attack bonus and an accuracy, she got a total of a 10. She rolled and she had an action on the last one too. She rolled single digits on both these attempts.
Sometimes the dice giveth, sometimes the dice taketh. Sometimes the dice need retireth.
Sometimes.
That was I've seen dice towers now that actually have a built-in dice jail. So yeah.
All right. Well, that is all for her then. Who else is on y'all side?
I think I was the last one.
Probably
Yeah.
so. I think I'm outnumbering you at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
All right. So that just leaves the hive then. One, two, three, 4. It's going to attack Vika with the Hunter-Killer Nexus, which is a
Part
smart
of that
seeking weapon.
Mm-hmm.
This one's
what's
tier
the
2,
range?
so it can attack twice. Range of 8.
Okay. I was like, mine's only 5. That's not. I want his.
You can't have his.
What if I take it
Alright.
from his dead body?
Alright. Okay, smart means it's going against your E defense.
Mm-hmm. And
'Cause
seeking just
goodness
means I can
knows-
go around corners.
Goodness knows I've had luck with that.
Well, right now my
seeking-
E defense and evasion are both the same, so.
Oh, okay. It doesn't make much difference then. At least this guy's got a +4 attack bonus. A total of a 19.
That'll hit.
Alright, it does 3 burn.
Okay. Any other damage or just the burn?
Just the burn.
All right.
And then the second attack, because it gets to make 2. Rolled another 19.
All right.
So that's another 3.
Cool.
Let's see. So that was an attack. It's going to use its drone as using a quick tech action. It's going to use its drone barrage. How it makes a tech attack against a character within sensors. On a success, the target chooses one. They become immobilized and impaired to the end of their turn, or they immediately move up to 5 spaces in a direction chosen by the hive. This movement ignores engagement and does not provoke reactions. So its sensors are 10. So I think it can affect. He could definitely get Vika. He could basically get any of y'all except Cortev, I think.
Woo.
It's going to go after Uriah.
Just
What is it
reverse
in
Kool-Aid
sensors?
Man.
What is Uriah's
Is it
defense?
sensors in line of sight?
It just says sensors.
My E defense is a 6.
All right. So as long as I don't roll a 1, I've got it.
Just roll a 1. It's fine.
As anyone that's
sorry, it's 2 1, so that's an 11. Plus 4 is a 15.
All right, so what's happening?
You're being yoinked.
So on a success, the target chooses 1.
Mm-hmm.
You become immobilized and impaired until the end of your next turn, or you immediately move up to 5 spaces in the direction chosen by the hive.
I will take the second option, and utilizing Spaceborne, I choose which way I go instead.
Does it actually call this involuntary movement, though?
The abilities will specify when it's like voluntary or involuntary.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm being moved by you, then that is involuntary.
You're
movement.
choosing which of those two to take.
When your mech is involuntarily moved by another character's attack or by failing a save forced by another character, you can choose
This
the
isn't a
direction
save.
you move. Is part of an attack, though.
Yes, it is part of attack. I'll give you that.
Let's...
I mean, up to you on the wording because you're the DM, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's not involuntary because you're choosing which way to, which of those two you want.
all right. Which way am I going then?
You're choosing.
Well, since I picked the other one, and he said it's not involuntary, he picks where I go.
I
don't
just
have a
assumed
choice
that meant you'd
anymore.
have to pick the immobilized or impaired. But if you would rather me actually move you, that's fine too.
Yeah.
And actually, he.
Well,
you're. Let me
no,
check.
actually, I can pick. I'll pick the first one, which will just be immobilized because I can't be impaired.
Cool.
Yeah, works out. Saves me from having to. You're within my sensors, so I could have actually just prevented that too. So.
Yeah. But I am. Is that till the end of my next turn, or what?
Yes, until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
All right, and that is it
Fun.
for him. And I think that wraps up the round. So we will
Okay.
start next week with round 3.
All right.
And you have completed the missions.
Exfiltration.
All you have to do now is extract yourselves. Oh, let me go ahead and roll to see how many reinforcements are coming in, though.
Oh God.
We will go ahead and do that this time.
Everybody find a hole.
I can't until next round.
The dog go down the hole.
Oh, I can save Uriah.
Okay. 2 more
Childish.
medics show up. This guy. Though by next week I might have the actual appropriate token for him. And this guy. So it is another operator and a sentinel. Well, I hope y'all had a good time. I enjoyed running. I had wondered if I'd done the points on the buildings right, but I think that worked out pretty well.
Yeah. I was a little worried at first too, but I was like, no, we got it.
Yeah. The little useless buildings were, they might tip you over the edge if you were close. It was the high value targets you had to go after. And most of them were down in the southern part of the map, so to draw you in. Though not all of them. This one up here in the north would have been,
35 points.
Well, no. The two printers were the biggest points, but yeah, that was fun. I was not expecting the dog's holes. And the way they ant farm together is weird.
I wasn't expecting destroy everything either, and then I was like, the dog is built for this.
Oh, because you make a hole as big as the dog, and the dog is the biggest thing we have.
It's the dog size +1, so it's a 4-size hole.
What kind of munitions did they use to make that crater? Oh, it's just a hole that got dug there.
It makes me think of one of the other Toho monsters. This big, like, ankylosaur turtle spikes on his back thing that does a lot of digging. You'll see it dig out and wreck the stuff around it. I forget his name. It popped up in, like, the second Godzilla movie. It's one of the old ones. But
yeah, Anguirus?
Yes, that's it.
The thing is, ever since then, he's always been like a bro of Godzilla, so it's even weirder.
It is kind of weird.
But then again, that's Godzilla we're talking about
I
here.
was gonna say that's kind of Godzilla.
Yeah.
We finally got our tangent in.
We were remarkably on focus this time. I know we had at least one other, but anyway, I hope anybody that came by and watched this enjoyed it. Anybody that comes by and checks us out later, hope you join us next week. Again, I was your GM for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Kara playing Tiana, Eric playing Uriah, Sarah playing Vika, Jeremy playing Cortev, and Patrick playing Freddy. And we will see y'all next time.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.